All right, next detail. Crawl space access. I know a lot of people, they just put a little flip top lid, hatch, little 20 by 24, makes it damn near impossible to get in. I like to do a nice large hatch. This one here is probably about 5 feet by about 40 inches. We're gonna have a regular door here that'll swing into the hallway, and then we'll have a set of stairs that go down. So you can conveniently get down into that crawl space. We ask a lot of our homeowners, they gotta get down there, change filters, check on equipment, etc. Plus you can use the crawl space to store things like Christmas decorations, your luggage, stuff like that. So having a real stair that goes down just makes it that much better. So yeah, that's that detail. Stairs to the crawl space. All right, next detail. Sloped sill pan. Yes, we frame our rough opening and then we put in a piece of siding, and then that gives us that motivation to move water from the inside to the outer edge of the wall system. Detail. Sloped pan. All right, next detail. Back dam. Yeah, not Batman, back dam. You can see we have our sloped sill there, but notice we have that vertical edge of the back dam. So this one isn't nailed in. I can pull it off. It's just a little piece of wood that gets attached to that, but that stops any water from being pushed in. It hits that leading edge and it's eventually forced to roll out of the sill pan based on that sloped sill pan. Yes, detail. Window sill pan, back dam. Next detail, flashed sill pan. Yeah, in this case here, we're using the zip system stretch tape, and you can see how well that conforms. We have our back dam here. We have that edge. We have our sloping sill, and if I do a pan across, you can see it comes down, goes all the way across, and then turns up, and our flashing gets lapped. But beautiful, fully flashed sill pan. That's our detail. The flashed sill pan. Next detail, the pocket header. Yeah, notice that the header is sized to do the job. We have double jacks there because of the size of the opening. But notice we have a little recessed portion there where we can add some insulation to that pocket, and then we have the full head plate there, so we still have some place to attach our trim to. So yeah, beautiful detail. Pocket header. Next detail, pocket door adjacent to a shower. Yeah, so you can see over here, we have our shower. It has a wall here. This wall is gonna wanna have mixing valve, shower head, all of that kind of cool stuff in it. But that means if we wanted to put a pocket door in this wall, that we can't put it in that wall. We actually have to frame the pocket door wall on the inside there, and then basically frame the plumbing wall outside of it. So basically a double wall where we're going to put that plumbing in the shower. So the detail, plumbing wall at shower. All right, next detail. Well, this is more of an organizational detail than it is, say, a physical detail. Notice both of these windows. They have the window rough opening, but if I come over here, notice the back dam has already been cut, the sill pan flashing already been cut, properly sized, and the sill, slope sill and jam liners are already installed. So And that's true of even this large window. You can see the back dam there, and then you can see the sill flashing there, and that one. So the window installers can now come around and just simply, all the materials are already all pre-cut and sitting by these windows, ready for install. So beautiful detail. Organizational window installation. All right, so next detail, shade pockets. Yeah, one of the issues that always comes into question, you have these large windows. What if I want to put shades? And remember, these are tilt-in windows. A bunch of these are fixed across here, but how do we solve for that? Like, you could put a valance across here, but here we did actually something a little different. If I come down to the side here and look up, you can see pretty much starting right there at the edge of the window and going all the way down the window, there is a shade pocket built into the trussed ceiling. And what that does is allows our shades to now come out of a slit in the ceiling and down in front of the windows. And you can maybe even see it a little better here, because this is what happens when it's perpendicular to the window. So that shade pocket is built right into the truss. You can see that one truss gets truncated there just for that shade pocket. So job well done. The detail, shade pocket framing in the ceiling. Next detail, zip system, our sheathing. You can see it here. This is a beautiful cross section. So we have our 2x6 stud, 1 inch of rigid insulation as a continuous thermal break, and then that's laminated to our 7/16 inch zip. So move around the wall, you see we have our weather resistant barrier, but we have, you know, a lot of us just simply say that's the sweater that we're putting on the house. It's not over the top, but that R6 continuous is probably some of the most important insulation on this house. So just great detail. Yeah, this detail, insulating sheathing. All right, next detail. I stepped outside for this one. Notice we have our zip sheathing. That's a weather resistant barrier, but it's also our primary air barrier. So what does that mean? It means that if we're going to attach anything like ceiling joists and all of that, we want to maintain continuity of our air barrier up through that roof system. So that means all of our ledgers get attached to the outside of our zip sheathing there. So both the rafter ledger and ceiling joist ledger there, you can see they're attached to the outside. So the detail, ledgers outside the air barrier.